Hey everybody, welcome to Katie in the Morning. I'm Katie Page, Director of Member Relations at the National Association of Healthcare Assistants. Today we're going to talk about the art of redirection. I say the art of redirection because it truly is an art. Some people can do it and some people can't. It's definitely something that you mold and evolve over time with experiences with different people, that sort of thing. You get better at it as you go. The thing about redirection is trying things and trying things and trying things and trying things. So let's jump right into it. Finding a common ground is probably the first thing that you're going to want to do when you're trying to redirect somebody who's either having behavioral issues or has dementia or Alzheimer's. Find out the information that can be helpful to you daily. What they did for a living, about what time did their day start or end, what are their hobbies, was there any traumatic events in their life, and what are their likes and dislikes. Having this information at your fingertips is definitely going to be at your advantage. Let's take, for instance, let's talk about memory care for a minute. We have several gentlemen in memory care who were farmers. Their whole life they've gotten up 3:30, 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning to go out and start chores, to work on the tractor, to run to town to have coffee before they start their day. Now that they're in a stage where they can no longer do those things for themselves, they're put into a care facility, and now we're telling them you cannot get out of bed until 7 o'clock in the morning. While they're getting up and wandering between those hours, that's what their body has come to know. That is their programming. They've been doing it their entire lives. Why are we expecting them to change their routine now just because they're in a different setting? So with redirection with those gentlemen in particular, there are several things that you can do. A lot of them, I call them tinkerers. They like to tinker with stuff. They like to take stuff apart. They like to put stuff together. They like to sort things. There's all sorts of things that you can do. One of the easiest ones is to get a bucket or a basket, put all different sizes and colors of buttons into it, and then have 3 other baskets and ask them to sort them. Put the green ones in here, put the square ones in here, put the big ones in here. That'll give them something to do. That's where their body's programmed as to get up and get going. Things have to get started this time of day. Give them a snack if it's not breakfast time. You definitely don't want them feeling anxious and hungry at the same time. With the ladies, they are getting up. This generation did not leave the house unless they were dressed to a T. Their hair was done, their makeup was on. You didn't see them at the grocery store or Walmart like you do nowadays, where there's mismatched outfits, clothes that barely fit or don't fit at all, flip-flops on one foot and a house shoe on the other. You didn't see that back then. So when they're getting up in the morning, that was their morning routine. Get up, get dressed, get the family taken care of, and then start the day. So there's several things that you can do with residents with dementia and Alzheimer's. I was talking specifically to memory care here, to kind of help keep them busy while you're trying to get your shift started. Laundry was a huge one. Ask them to help prepare breakfast. There's several things that you can do to kind of do like a mock breakfast, to have them help set up tables, to help them wipe off the tables before you set them up. There's so many options out there when it comes to redirection. So let's take a little bit closer look at redirection itself. Ask them to help you out. This is one of the things that we forget about all the time. This is a generation that helped each other day in and day out, and they're going to be more apt to do things that you want them to do if they think that they're doing something to benefit you, if they're helping you out, if they're doing something that's going to take a load off of you. So let's say Mrs. Smith you're having issues getting her to get dressed. Go in, open the closet, say, Mrs. Smith, I am so far behind right now. Is there any way that you could pick out an outfit for me? That would really help me out. Make sure you're using that term. This would really help me out. You would really be helping me. You're asking them to do something, not telling them to do something. Odds are she's going to get her clothes out and lay them out on the bed or put them on, just so that she knows that there's something that she's doing to help somebody else. The same way with the gentleman in there. My car's broke down. My husband's trying to get here. Is there any way that you can take care of this and help me out until he gets here? Making sure that you're putting that in a positive perspective for them is going to help you out in so many ways, and it will reduce those behaviors and help you redirect that person into a more positive manner. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the art of redirection just a little bit more. Welcome back to Katie in the Morning. Today we're talking about the art of redirection when it comes to memory care or behaviors. One of the biggest mistakes that CNAs make on a daily basis is assuming that everything has to be done at once. Unless their care plan states they have to get up at 7 o'clock, be dressed at 7:07, be to breakfast at 7:30, finish their breakfast at 7:38, go have their shower by 8:15, unless their care plan is stated specific times, who says that they have to do everything at once? Majority of the time, the state rules and regulations will state as long as those cares are being done within the day, it doesn't really matter when they're being done. If they want to brush their teeth before breakfast, let them brush their teeth before breakfast. If they want to brush their teeth after breakfast, let them brush their teeth after breakfast. As long as you're getting those tasks done within your shift, there's no saying that all of the AM cares have to be done between 6:15 and 7 o'clock in the morning. Especially when it comes to toileting hours, when it is time for them to go to the bathroom. There's sometimes, especially like let's do like drug tests or UA samples. Where at the doctor's office, you kind of get that stage fright because people are telling you that you have to do this on demand. It's the same way with memory care. They may not be able to tell if they have to go to the bathroom. They may have already gone. There's no saying that you have to take them into the bathroom at this time, this time, this time, and this time. When they have to go, take them. If they don't want to go, come back and do it later. It's not something that you have to do, at specific times, in specific places, by specific people, unless it is stated that way in their care plan. Toileting schedules, you kind of have to go by, but there's a little bit of leeway there. I believe majority of them are every 2 hours. There are some that are every hour. People that are on Lasix are doing bowel and bladder training. They're a little bit of a different kind of category, but at the same time, there's a little bit of leeway there. There's no saying you have to take them at 7, 10, 8, 10, 9, 10, 10, 10. You have like 10 minutes before, 10 minutes after to get those tasks done. If they refuse, make sure that you're charting that they refused and come back and try again later, which brings us to our next slide. If at first you do not succeed, try again. Especially when it comes to changing their clothes, getting them washed up. If they don't want to wash their hands, wash their face, brush their teeth, comb their hair, put their makeup on all in one setting, do it one step at a time. Ask them to go to the bathroom with you, brush their teeth, come back later, brush their hair, come back later, So it's like a step-by-step process. It eliminates the agitation that you're creating with that resident if you're trying to talk them into doing things that they don't want to do at that time. Those are just a few tips that I have for you guys when it comes to the art of redirection. I thank you guys all for joining me today, and I will see you right back here tomorrow for Katie in the Morning.